guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today it is a beautiful balmy 50 degrees out right around lunchtime Friday. Yesterday the guys finished off Nathan's field. The day before that they finished off my soybean fields. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I'm pretty impressed with it. Let's just say that, to say the least. So we have two loads of soybeans right here. They need to go to the river. The river's only 5 miles away, whereas we would be backtracking 20 miles if we went to where we're gonna store these at. So go ahead and fire up the truck and let's get going. Oh. Took the key out because we're right there on the highway. Where did they put it in? If I stole the key. Okay, well, just kidding. Both keys got mistakenly put in the tractor, which is a mile that way. Problem is I gotta drive mile that way, mile that way, mile that way. So much fun. Yeah, there they are. Why? I don't know, but they are. Okay. Let's head over there again. Okay, two things. Look at that deer on the right. Kind of zoom in a little bit. It's just on top of that mound within a nitrous bar. That's awesome. And then here's the neighbors on the left. Open up a cornfield. Their Deere combine S770, I believe. Okay, take two. Let this thing air up. Shut the tarp. Well, we did have a little bit of rain here last night. I don't think a bunch, but we had some. Let that thing warm up, stick the keys in this truck, and oh, you're number one with us. It's just so sweet. Shut that tarp up. There we go. Grab my stuff, do my pre-trip, and we'll head out. Doing my pre-trip, the blinkers on, making sure everything's working. Smacking the tires, doing our scientific air pressure check. All of them are good. Check the steers. Usually you can know when a steer tire is bad because you can feel it when you steer. Okay, let's hit the road. Got 3 loads of beaners to dump for Nathan. These 2 here and then 1 more up at the farm. I think this thing kept its air overnight. That's really good. In the middle of beautiful Clinton, Iowa, taking some beans to the river. It's always weird taking this route through Clinton because I go right by the corn line, or lack thereof today. Not even a corn line today. That's surprising. A couple times in the past I've pulled in here and the line's all the way back here. You only have one dump. You can only dump one trap at a time. Look at that sweet paint job. Nice. So when it's back to here, it's a couple hours. But luckily there is no one here. That's what I like to see. Nice, so now we'll go dump. So this is a river terminal. Well, it's exactly what you think. There's a little causeway right here. You actually see 2 tugs going in. They essentially load up barges on here. And the beans that we are giving, we sometimes load our corn down here, but pretty rarely. The beans we put in here typically get sent down the Mississippi River to the Gulf to get exported. Not a lot of exports this year. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but normally a lot of our beans go to China. And what I mean by that is, like I said, Chinese buying program is always our top export for the most part. I mean, they buy half the world's exported beans, so they're the largest buyer. And the problem is, just due to exigent circumstances, the trade war and tariffs being part of it, but it's not the whole piece of it, because the U.S. has been getting taken advantage of from China for years. So there's a reason we're doing this. There's a reason we did it in 2018 and 2019. That cost the farmers about $30 billion in estimated tariff values or trade losses. They did make that back and then some on tariffs, so they gave farmers some. But honestly, that, in my opinion, is what caused the glory years, if you were, between 2020 and 2022. where farmers were making a lot of money because of a lot of demand. So I get what Trump's trying to do. I don't know if I have a true opinion on it, but just as a farmer, don't believe everything that you hear from the mainstream media. There are some truths to everything, but it's never the whole truth. Rant over. Let's go ahead and go dump some beans. Like I said, they just got one terminal, one dump, so you'll be able to dump one at a time. And it's just a drag conveyor over their leg. There they are, we're rolling. Okay, the guys are down here just getting chores going. What kind of tractor is that? Anyway, they got chores to do, and then they're gonna fuel up combines and get ready to go. It looks like the 656, but without a, what is that? I have to go look at that. Did we get a new tractor? Kind of what it looks like. Oh, there we are. Let's go ahead and move this thing. So I'm pulling the combine out so Nathan can pull his out. We'll get some fuel on these old girls. So I don't smack anything. I think we're good. Plenty good. I don't hear any crunches, so that's good. Okay, that thing's just sitting over there. Now we'll go over here and help Nathan out, help Nathan get out of here. So Nathan can pull his header. So that's pretty nice. One less guy we need. Oh, that's plenty good. So just pulling this thing. We had parked all these things in the shed last night because it got some rain. Sweet. It's actually pretty nice to be able to have a hitch on the combine. Never had that before. So I'll shut this guy. Time to fuel up some combines, and I got that truck to dump and the other truck that's sitting over there. Just got dropped off here by Kurt. Got to do a quick pre-trip on this truck, make sure everything's looking good, and then we'll go dump this one. A little bit of smoke. Last of these beans leaving the actual field itself. Let's go. Holy traffic. Uncontrolled entry onto a freeway is always fun. Truck ain't running right. See how it's kind of the turbo's kicking in and out? Got a check engine light that's bothering us. Come on. Get out of it. Well, a little bit busier now. Definitely on a drive-through. There's one truck dumping, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th truck in line, so about 20-minute wait or so. Not horrible. About ready to go dump. It's the downside of this place. There's 3 railroad tracks that we gotta fight with. So much fun. You can dump 3 trucks before you have to worry about it. Neighbors supposed to be harvesting the corn here above their shop. Got a gravity wagon set up. Well, both combines are rolling. See them just getting going, so that's good. Hi there, mamas and babies. Well, we have the loader tractor up here. Must have brought gates up or something. Either way, it looks like we got that 25-acre field to do, and we have this 65-acre field to do. We'll be up here all day, and then a little bit of tomorrow, hopefully. They're dumping on the grain carts, opening up a spot. That's already gotten a little bit cut out. Nathan's hooking up his head. Once that gets going, I should have enough room in there to turn around and So Pat's just getting going. Nathan is fixing a section or two, getting his cutter bar ready to go. So he said the beans are a little tough. This place caught a little bit of rain last night. Not a bunch, but some. So we're gonna try to get going. Love how that Cummins purrs. Pat's going and Nathan's getting ready to go. Kurt's gonna rim me back down to the south farm to grab the other semi. Hey, you know what I just realized? We did get a new tractor. I was talking to Nathan. We got rid of our 656 and traded for this thing, whatever this thing is. Chrome stack. This is a 756. We traded a 656 for a 756. Why? I don't know. I wonder if the lights and stuff actually work. I mean, it definitely looks like it's in better shape. It's got a turbo on it, as you can kind of see. That's not stock. Huh. So our old 656 that was down here, it had a cab. It was definitely smaller. And now we got this guy. Huh. I'll have to take a look at this at some point. Actually get it out. You can actually read the tack. Let's see if the lights actually work. I bet they don't. But, oh my gosh, they do. Holy crap. And the... Wow. Okay. So I think what it was basically the guy who restores and works on them essentially traded for an old tractor. Obviously kicked him in a little bit. Kicked it in a little bit to offset it, but I think he's going to restore that 656. So we'll see if that actually works out. But yeah, those old tractors, they work really well for feeder wagons and just miscellaneous odds jobs. It's always good to have narrow fronts too. You can never have not too many of them. What I mean by narrow fronts are the two tires up front are real close together. They're very maneuverable when they're like that. So yeah, new tractor on the farm. That's kind of nice. So that thing will live down here in the south farm to do chores every morning. We basically got to come down here and feed cattle. So we got those two bags right there. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. But with cattle prices how they are, it'd be silly not to utilize our cattle yard and feed. Now I'm gonna go take that last load of beans into ADM and then haul from up at Long's to back home. Out of air, so let that air build up. Unloaded, head back. That's 3 loads of beans done. Let's go start hauling beans to town now. Preston. Check out this cab over Pete. Oh, nice. That'll wood truck it. Well, they made a good dent in there. Nathan's just starting to open up the big piece. I see he's on his second round around the outside, and Pat's probably working on that piece on the northwest side of the gravel road. I lied, Pat's actually making the first outside round. So I see his dust basically straight over from me right now. Hoping to see it because of the corn, but you can see there's the dust there. So they're both making their way around the outside of the big field. So Nathan's there to the right, and Pat should be, you can barely see him, but he's down there in the bottom. Right there. And there's the cows. Alright, Brian is just got the first truck full. Let's go start that up and I'll transfer my stuff over and we'll head out. This truck is full. Those are up and Brian's working on that truck right there. Fire this unit up. It's the good truck. We call it the good truck because it's the newest one we got. Pat's truck, he loves to drive it. Shutting that guy up. Let's roll. Well, here's our first 60-mile-an-hour not crop scout because my crop is out. Exciting stuff. It went 64 or 74 across the scale. That is 15 above my EPH. Nuts. It did very well. Very, very well. I got some trials on this as well. I'll go through that here at some point, but first let's look at the neighbors S7 something that they're just getting going on beans with. S770 would be my guess. So we did clean out that west bin. That's what's actually sitting in the grain cart right now. That's good. And Curtis should be out moving corn, I believe. We'll see if he's here. Nope, he's just pulling in though. So he's transferring corn because we can only hold about 1/3 of our crop at the farm. So once we get filled, we gotta move it to like places like here that we just passed on the right and here on the left. So we're trying to get a jump start on that. Jumping. Kurt's filling up the wagon here. I think it's his 3rd load. Pulling out of that center bin that was full. And he's transferring that up to his place. Because like I said, we only got those 3 dry bins there, and once those are full, we can't dry anymore. So we need to keep that as empty as possible. And I'm gonna grab the iPad here and try to get the SIM card in. Try to get our data plan going. See if I can get that going at least. Take this with me to mess around with when I'm running trucks. So this old gravity wagon, we did not use it at all last year. It was actually full of wheat last year. This year we're going to use it because we're going to fill some bins we haven't filled in a while. So it's just kind of handy to have this thing you can hook onto a tractor and get into a lot of places. Hold 650 bushel at a time. Okay, let's head back to the field. Neighbor is out slaying their beans. Here's the beans that they're working on. It's a big bean field, big bean field. And here's our corn to the left. Actually looks pretty decent. Minus a couple wet spots in through here, like right here. But overall, not bad. Here's our long farm. We got quite a bit of corn on this east end of this field, or this farm, and on the west end we got our beans. And they've done quite a bit, got everything kind of on the hill on this east side done, and Pat's just working on this piece on the other side of the hay. And they're really going to town. Should pretty easily be able to get this side done. We just got 25 acres on the other side. Maybe they'll start that tonight? I'm not sure. Okay, I parked that truck here because I've parked it on the uphill in the past and we've actually gotten stuck. So I know better to park it behind that truck on that uphill. So it's back to here on the downhill, just because it's always good to have a downhill start when you got all that weight going. So I got that truck there. It's pretty light. Need to get more on them. Need to go yell at the grain cart driver. It's always the grain cart driver's fault. So let's get her going. That's light. Very light load. Geez, that looks like a cover crop of corn. Oof. State gonna be doing some work on the road tonight. Bringing in some John Deere machines, some Perkins. Yeah, there's the neighbors, the same neighbors that picked that corn south of our place. They're 2 John Deere S780 and S790, 45-foot heads, knocking out the beaners. There's the 790, and there's the 780. Alright, they just about got this field whipped. Getting down there. Well, let's go get the drone up in the air. What do you think? Well, that was fun. Got the drone up in the air. So now we're full. Gotta head back and go dump this guy. Well, Curtis is making good headway. I think he's on load 7. I think out of that bin, so he'll probably fill that smaller bin up there tonight. There's Kurt. Moving corn. He's got to be on his like 9th load or so, so he's got to be getting close to filling that thing up. Got to be dang close. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this puppy down. pack up and head out. Beautiful evening, that is for sure. So I'm gonna put this iPad back now that the data plan is on there. Tried Mint Mobile this time. Have you guys ever used Mint Mobile before? It was 15 bucks a month for 3 months. Not too bad. Honestly, I didn't think it was bad at all. And it was, what I liked about this is this was so much easier than Smart Talk, whatever the Walmart branded one was. Mint Mobile was like 10 times easier to get it set up and going. So, yep. Well, we'll see. Hi there, cows. Hi. All right, well, I'm heading home. About 7 o'clock. It's honestly a little early for a harvest night, but we're gonna take that because it's a Friday night. We don't really want to open up a field of beans in the dark because, wow, Mark was jamming out. Because it's how you break things, break sickle bars, hit rocks, etc., etc. So we are going to do that in the morning. So we got 30 acres to do tomorrow morning. It'll be a little slow going, so it'll probably take all of 3 hours to do. And then we'll get moved home and probably do the field by Pat's place. And then ideally we can start on that field, either this one right here or one over by Sue's. We'll just have to see what tomorrow brings. So anyway, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-da for now. Well, stuff happens. Looks like he got off a roll. So we are gonna stop and dump here because there's one roll over here. I assume he's gonna back up and get this other roll that's here. So that happens once in a while. So he'll dump here while we're sitting here, then I'm gonna get the heck out of the way, and then he's gonna back up and get this last roll here. So we'll see what happens. Amen to everybody out there. Hills, I don't like hills. Did I ever tell you before I don't like hills? Bud don't like hills. Running about 3.5 miles an hour. That there's cooking with gas there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He is going along. Going down the hill. Little hilly here. Don't like these hills. Anyway, since we're going the other way, we got to stop and back out and unload this way because that's the only way you can do it. Looks like we got a problem there. It looks like a chain jumped off, so they're just putting it back on. Minor fix. Have to be done here in a few seconds. Oop, dust in the eye. That's the way you wear sunglasses. Or safety glasses. Here she comes. And there she goes. You never guess what I'm enjoying. Sugar. That's all I need is sugar. Okay, well, I gotta go follow him in that 8250. Back the other way. That's one thing about picking corn. All you do is go back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, the good thing about this time of the year is when you get the corn out, that means deer hunting's right around the corner. First Saturday in December. Got my boys coming back again. Ronald, Robert, the rest of the gang. Scott Ernest, how are you doing way down there? Talking to a good friend of mine last night, Chubby Yeager. He's a big deer hunter. Gonna be a shout out to him. He says, shoot the big ones, boys. So hopefully we'll grant him his wish. We'll shoot the big ones for Chubby Yeager. Okay, sun's right there. It's bright. We're rocking and rolling. We're doing corn stalks. Pat and
Brian are down doing corn stalks, baling those up. Brian Banowitz is raking and Pat's behind him. I think Curtis, he's out in the field doing chiseling. So we got a lot of things going on right now, so we got to keep at it. Hopefully it rains tomorrow. It's supposed to, so hopefully we get a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. That'd be great. So, well, we got the sun going down over there, which is pretty beautiful. I take my glasses off now.
Bud man, you gotta leave for anything?
And then we have a moon coming up over here, the harvest moon, so that's pretty cool. Hey, I'm in the combine here. Look at this. I'm gonna turn some buttons on. Hey, check this out, the bud band in a combine. Not running it, just what we're doing here is we're oiling the chains. So it takes 2 people because you got to sit in it in order for this thing to run. So I get to sit here and push buttons for a little bit. Kind of cool. So Nathan's out oiling the chains. And then I guess we're going to go across the creek and do a little bit over there, open that up, see how it's running. Shut that button off, that shuts the auger off. Now you can see he's down there greasing. Now he's going to go over there and do the same thing. Then when he gets done there, I'll shut that button off. So deer hunting, not that far away, folks. We got the harvest moon out. It's going to be full probably tomorrow night. So then things will get going. And we're out in the combine. Grain cart. See the moon right there? She might be full tonight. Now, maybe not quite. It's a beautiful night out. Okay, we're over here in another field. Over by Kiefer's Corner. It's a big field. The home place is right over there. You can see, I guess you can't see it, but I can. But Pat's up in front of me with the little combine, and Nathan's gonna go do some field work. So he just wants to open this up, get it ready to go, so it's a lot easier going. So we'll probably work at this for an hour or so and see what happens. I bet it's closer to 2 hours, but we'll see.